reminisce about how it used to be more safer. They used to travel without the fear of getting hit by a speeding vehicle. Now it's the fast and furious. They ignoring the traffic code. They defeating the purpose of our lovely road. Driving too fast, some even overtaking corners too. Next you hear a low, low bam, another traffic jam. Somebody child fighting for their life. The rescue team does take so long before they respond. You're taking a serious risk, exceeding the speed limit. When your vehicle right off, and your friends them a go laugh. Blood stains everywhere. A whole heap of them done dead for the year.
All right, 8:34 in the studio. We are ready for this morning program. And by the way, the show will be streamed live. You can see it on YouTube and Facebook. Look for ZLIZ on the road. You'll see the thumbnail, pardon me, and you can click on it, and you will see our show for this morning. Let me say good morning to our guest this morning in the studio with me this morning, and it's a pleasure to have him here. It's been a while since he has been in the studio here at ZLIZ Radio. Is Inspector Keynes. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, sir. GQ.
And good morning to our regular host, Sergeant Henry. And we have in company with us this morning two constables, but I am not going to introduce them. I'm going to let the inspector or sergeant do so because I'm not sure what their role are this morning. But we're going to find out. And of course, the lines will be open to hear from you, your questions, your concerns, and suggestions as well. Good morning, and over to you, Inspector.
Good morning, listening audience via the radio and internet. This morning, I am Sergeant Henry here with three officers from District B. We have Inspector Kyle Keynes, we have Sergeant Tracy Marisha, and we have Sergeant Dijon James. Dijon James is from Date Bay Division, and Sergeant Marisha is from the Old Road Division. They're here this morning to enlighten the general public of things that are happening in their area. This is District B. We are in District A, which is Traffic Department is in District A, and District B, they will tell you from their end what is happening there. So I'll turn over to the inspector.
Yeah, good morning, and I want to say thank you to the management of the Traffic Department for graciously inviting us to air our what we are doing in District B, and of course to inform you that we are active in the District B. The District B stretches from the Ross University in the Gut all the way over to a large village in the Bat. That is by the Bat in that area. And we're here this morning with something different. We're here to educate, and we have been on honor drive. As of this year, we are educating, and we are going out to the public, meeting them one-on-one. At this time, I'll ask Sergeant James to speak to us, and then Sergeant Marisha in that order. Thank you.
Yes, good morning. I'm Sergeant James. This morning I'll be speaking on 3 offenses that we are seeing in District B, and persons need to be educated. So let me touch on speeding. Last year alone, District B would have issued 465 speeding tickets. Persons are saying they don't know the speed, so I'm here to educate them. In a built-up area, it's 20 miles per hour. In a non-built-up area, it's 40. So if you're going through a community like Challengers, that's 20 miles per hour. If you're going across Old Road Bay, that's 40 miles per hour. And the signs are posted on the street, the side of the road, so persons can know the speed limit for the communities. Also, the unauthorized lights. We're having a huge problem with unauthorized lights. This is where vehicles are found with blue lights. Blue lights is only designated for police vehicles. So any vehicle found with blue lights will be ticketed $100. And the next problem with the unauthorized light is those lights that are flickering. That is designated for emergency vehicles. So no private vehicle supposed to have any flickering lights. And the next major offense we are seeing, tire showing tread. People are driving on tires that are worn down till you could see the tread, the wiring. That is very dangerous. That causes the vehicle unable to stop or have any grip. So we're asking the public to inspect their vehicles and make sure their tires are up to speed.
Okay, good morning. I'm Sergeant Marisha from the Old Road Police Station. Sergeant James spoke about the offenses, but we get a lot of I didn't know this was an offense. So we decided to help persons to understand and be aware of the different offenses. We started an education drive where we did VCPs, but rather than giving tickets, we gave little pamphlets, have some of the offenses, not all, the most prevalent ones. So we encourage persons to read it so you can be aware of these things. Sometimes it's simple things we don't know, well, this could be an offense, but it is. For James didn't talk about the light for the number plate. It's an offense if your light for the number plate is not working. So we want to help the community to be educated about traffic and also get out of a ticket, avoid getting a ticket, avoid spending money. So we hand out these little pamphlets and we encourage them to read it. Also, you can always ask questions. Call the station, ask any officer, ask questions. We're here to help. And we just want everybody to be better educated.
Thank you. And with that, I believe the objective we are aiming to achieve is to where we have non-issuance of tickets. Some people believe if we issue tickets, that is a plus. For us, it is not a plus. We want to get to the point where people are compliant. People check the vehicles regularly. They have regular inspection. As a matter of fact, it's on the books that public service vehicles should be inspected twice per year. So maybe that is something we can look at going forward. And of course, the inspectors must do what they have to do. And of course, they must do a good job, because we don't want you to half do the job and then put people's lives at risk. Because it might come a case where you inspect a vehicle, say it is good to go, and something happens, and then on the other end somebody takes action. We are moving. We have some smart lawyers, and it's a time when everybody trying to make money. I must say it as it is. I just have to say it as it is. So if you say I'm good to go GQ and then something happens to me, you give me the green light, so I'm going to take action against you. And maybe that is what would happen. I hope I'm not putting things in people's head, but I just have to say it. Now, Sergeant James spoke about the speeding. We have some work to do. And for the constables out there, when somebody knocks over a sign, let us know so they can replace it. People knocking on government signs, government poles, people wall, people fence, and it goes unresolved. If you knock over a sign that is owned by the public, it's the public's property. You must replace it. So all those signage that is knocked out, we have to replace them. We have to replace them.
And the glasses as well, the mirrors.
Yes, yes. I know mirrors are everywhere in Bastia for those blind spots. Today, I listen to Sergeant tell me I feel her pain week after week, because people keep talking, and I can speak to it because I know it was there. They were there in place. So when I hear them talking, so I don't want to call him, but I know who knows the truth. While on that, GQ, I move quickly before we open the line. The speeding is a problem. Why? It would cause other persons to be affected, not only the driver, but look at those who have to take care of you when you are bedridden. Imagine a young man gets into an accident at 15 or 25. His lifespan might be next 50 years. Who takes care of him? People have to get stressed out. People have to get fed up with them. I say other than ZZ where a nursing aide beats the elders. It happens. It is not reported, but it happens. But just imagine a youngster gets into an accident at 15. They have to draw money from from everywhere. Hospital have to come and take them for medication. They're not productive. So we are saying, look at the bigger picture. Take care of yourselves and drive it in the speed limit. We are looking at the Olo district, and the parking on the island is a problem. We have Old Road, we have Challengers, we have St. Paul's, we have Palmetto Point. These are some areas that we are addressing as we speak. What we are looking at in the old road for a starter is to have private properties or private lots that are vacant be turned into parking spaces. So our problem in the old road is between from the old movies to the Got by Mrs. Watson's place. If that place is cleared, traffic in old road will not be a problem. So we look at areas, the old police station, back of that, we have spaces there. Further across, we have a space where the office, where the party, the constituency office. We can utilize these areas as parking areas in the old road area. Already I look at challengers. I spoke to the elder there. And we're looking at how we can sort out the challengers area. We're also moving derelict vehicles from District B. We want to get our streets cleared and free of rodent and free of unnecessary obstruction. And I must say, if a vehicle is on the road and it is not licensed, it is a problem. It ought not to be there. If you're not licensed, we're going to ticket you for having a vehicle on the road that is not licensed. It is not a garage. It is not a parking space. So Sergeant James, Sergeant Marisho, Sergeant Burke, take note. If a vehicle sits on the road and it is not licensed, we will deal with it because it will not and ought not to be there. The pedestrian is a problem. We have to deal with that. Pedestrians are not taking care of themselves when walking. They walk all hours of the morning, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, fine. But the clothing is a problem. If something happens, we will have to go back to the sign and reconstruct the site, reconstruct the scene. Because sometimes in the night, light coming towards you, you can be blinded. You may not see them. So we have to be fair on all fronts. We often take, if somebody gets hit, we say the driver is wrong. Sometimes it is not all the time. If you put yourself in a precarious position to be the victim, then so it is. But we'll have to do our investigation. So we're asking pedestrians to wear colors that are light, fluorescent colors, bright colors, and walk, get a little armband with a reflector, with a light flickering. Invest in your safety. We are saying we are here to keep you safe, but you have to do your part also to ensure that you are safe. Think about your children, your loved ones. When you're gone, they're crying to no avail. They can't come back. So take care of yourselves and make sure that you are safe. Before I let Sergeant Marisho or Sergeant James speak of anything, we hear about the roundabout. Just a reminder, if you're going straight, you keep left at a roundabout. For example, you're traversing from Gillards going towards Best Buy. You keep on the outer lane or on this extreme left. If you're going towards St. Peter's or back towards Gillards, you keep on the inner lane. All left movement in the roundabout or straight, you keep on the outer lane. All right movement or any turning in the roundabout, you keep on the inner lane. And that applies to all the roundabouts. If you have one roundabout covered, all the roundabouts are the same. Sergeant Marisha, before we open the line, anything from you?
No, just a reminder that the police, we are here to help. We have these pamphlets available. You can check any police station and collect one.
Sergeant James?
Just asking the pedestrians when they're using the cross, please use the crossing when crossing the road and stop run-cross vehicles, please.
All right, the lines are now open, 465-2555, and the other line is 718-577-2916. Let's take this call. Good morning, you're live.
Good morning, Inspector GQ.
Hey, good morning, Culture.
Yeah, and Inspector Keynes and Gillard, the other policemen, who there. You all know the voice. Now, I want to say this, that everybody who drives a vehicle on the government road, they know exactly where to speed and where not to speed. And when I say speed, I mean 40 miles an hour, not over that. How is it when they learning to drive, they don't drive 40 miles an hour with the instructor? And when the police in there examining them to see if they qualify to get a license, they don't drive 40 miles. It doesn't matter where they are. They're taking their time. But when they get their license, they're gone. They're disrespecting 40 miles an hour in this area. They know, they well know. So when they come in with this thing about they don't know, they well know. and don't accept no excuse from them what they don't know. Talk to them with your pencil and your book and carry them around the fort within your courthouse is. Too much of talking, man. Think it's people head ain't that hard that we can learn. But some of them worthless and deliberate. And the next thing, I think you all need to be on the road 25 hours a day, 8 days a week. Checking people, because when people consume too much of alcoholic beverage, it impairs their vision. And that is when they put people in bed as a vegetable. Don't wait until something happens. A man get knocked down over figure and then you go check for this and check that. Stay on the road every day and check out for these things. Otherwise, they ain't going to stop it. Thank you all very much for taking my call.
Thank you, caller.
Now, before we go on to the next call, or do you have a respond? You got to respond, Padamy.
I want to thank Mr. Culture for, of course, being a friend of the police. And Culture, we're on the road, Culture, we're doing our bit. But we believe that we ought to remind the motoring public of the laws and the do's and the don'ts, like everything else. A reminder is good, and we want to be friend with the people because we are serving the people. Friend in the sense that we sometimes believe if you take a soft approach at times to remind them, just a simple reminder. I remember the days of Mr. Willett, I can call his name. Mr. Willett, to give you such a stern warning that you will not do it again. As opposed to next inspector will just write up and charge you. You know, or you get licked from your mother, she beat you all over. She said, don't go down the road. But the father said, if you go down the road, this could happen to you. And just come over in a nice way. So we are using all the approaches we can think of to get the word out, Culture.
Now, before we go to the phone line, someone is asking, pardon me, if any consideration can be or could be given to the fisheries parking lot in Old Road, as you were talking about suggestions in terms of parking in the Old Road area. So they're wondering if any consideration could be given to using the fisheries parking lot that's in Old Road.
I know we have used that area before, but I don't know what the protocol is. So we have to check with the persons who are responsible for the area because it is a government-owned facility. And of course, we want to ensure that we follow the protocol as opposed to just entering or give it an open. But we have used it before, sir, and we're going to explore all the avenues to ensure we go through the right protocols. So,
all right, great. Let's go back to the phone.
Maybe to start a campaign of massive public transportation, because it's not going to get better. It's only going to get worse. Because as cars in America get cheaper, and they ship them all over the Caribbean, you know, and the Caribbean is free. You got one family, everybody got a car, 4 or 5 cars in the family. And that's one of the biggest things that I see from my point from afar. Is too many cars in the Federation, and there's no way the sink could sustain that. It's only going to get bad. That's my take for the day, Jiku.
All right, Sonny Boy, thanks for your call and your suggestion. Let's go back to the phone line. Good morning, you're live.
Good morning. Good morning to you, sir. Good morning to Inspector Kane, Sergeant Henry, Marisha, Sergeant Marisha, and James. If I have the names correct, thanks. However, I like Sergeant James' introduction this morning. And I must tell you all, Sergeant Marisha and Sergeant James, you are in the company of 2 people, sincere about the people's care and safety on the road. I can tell you that. If it sounds like a testimony, it is true. However, you ever heard the phrase, the proof of the pudding is eaten? I hope so, because there are something that I have said before on this radio program, that the police is encouraging people to break the law. Case in point. On Monday, August 7th, 2023, at the intersection of Wellington Road and the Bear Road, where the traffic light is, a police car, which was driven by a police officer, the car belongs and is in the possession of the Department of Traffic, coming up, going east, a car came out of that junction on the red light, because the light which I see ahead of me and the police officer driving the car was green. He had to stop, pull off the road. I personally feel like if there was the truth of the police who is upholding the law, he would have followed him. It didn't happen. Just a week after, on the Celia Christopher Road, that's the road going up to Tennessee from the fisheries, There was cars parked on the yellow line by the Richardson addressing from Island Bakery. The traffic blocked for a while because they was giving the way to traffic to come down because the cars parked on the yellow line by the Richardson Enterprise. A police officer was in a police car again. But he stopped, allowed them to come down, and the cars parked on the road. There are about 4 cars. He didn't come out to address the situation and help what was rather uncomfortable for most of us. When I said that I believe the police is encouraging people to break the law, these are the 2 scenarios that I wish to speak about. However, Sergeant James, I hope what you spoke of this morning, you are serious about it because of this analogy I just explained. Thanks for listening and have a good day. Goodbye.
I want to thank our third caller. And while we wait for a call, I will just give you a little scenario. We have a caller? We can take that call, JQ.
Good morning, you're live.
Hey, good morning, JQ.
Yes, morning.
Morning, officers.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm just calling to try to rationalize something. I don't know if any one of you could explain to me, because when the situation happened to me and I talked to the traffic warden who would be there, they just look at me, they turn their face, and it was like they're not supposed to talk to the drivers, so I don't know. I'm coming across Wellington Road. Is Wellington Road? No, not Wellington Road. But the road got on my Irish Town. Fort Thomas Road, right? Mm-hmm. I reached the gut. Traffic going across, you could go straight. But you could go left. The traffic warden stopped me, tell me to go take a left. I can't go straight. Just go take a left. Okay, me and argue. But I'm thinking, if the traffic cross is congested, you can take a left to come across Central Street, to go back down Church Street, to go on the same road where you can go in the first place. I mean, I can't see the rationality in that one here. I mean, if you can't go across it, that means you should tell you go straight up the gut and go across Kayan Street or something. Don't let me come down Church Street and end up almost the same place. I just move a couple feet, almost the same place now to go back across, to go across the by Rams. That is fair to drivers. I don't know if you could explain. I'll simply ask her why you couldn't let me come straight. I got to go around to come straight, to go back to go the same straight way I can go in the first place.
Caller,
you know, so... Yes,
Caller, you're saying the road by the Kasab, that was blocked? Traffic was just across that road?
Well, the traffic was going slow, right?
Okay.
But what I'm saying, I still come down the same place to go across the same road by Kasab again. So I had to go all the way up there.
Caller, I believe the traffic officer then were trying to tell you that it is really going slow there and to take a next route. You choose to come down that route. But in the truth and the fact, you can't turn right to go onto the Bay Road into the gut by Social Security. So the other alternative was to go up the road, to go back towards St. Peter's End. And the police did what she had to do. The police had no other alternative, sir.
But okay, but if she was trying to tell me that, why she couldn't tell me that? I simply asked that question and she watching me with her face push up like, don't ask me nothing. You know, I mean, that's how police operate.
So, to be fair to the officer, all of us had that experience alike. When I was younger, I was very aggressive. Now I'm older, I'm more wiser and calmer, sir. So we have to just give her that live, sir.
I mean, the gut was empty. She got to me go down the gut. I mean, that is not the right term, but she's a police officer.
No,
I'm
going to jump in here now. I'm going to jump in here now, guys. Thank you for your call, my friend. I think I know the individual. Thank you for your call. But your point has been made. I understand you feel slighted, but as Inspector has indicated, live and let be, move on. Next time, you should know what to do. You know, if you see something ahead of you, do what you have to do, my friend. You know. Thank you for your call, though. Thank you for your call. We have 2 more calls. We'll take these last 2 calls and we can get ready for a 9 o'clock report. Good morning, you're live.
Okay, hold on.
All right. So while we wait for that caller, let's get this call in. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you and the rest of the crew.
Good morning.
I want to point out something I've observed more than once in the vicinity of the old surgery and Ramsey Road, the light seems to not be syncing. So when one say green, the other one saying red, and it's causing a blockage. You guys could probably try to look into that.
All right, thanks for your call and raising that issue for the officers to take a look at. Good morning, you're live. Yes, go ahead now.
Okay, now. Inspector Keynes and Henry, and I don't know the other two officers. It's a good program, but let me tell you something. Keynes, I want to find out something. If you have to be hired someone vehicle to do a job for you, and they're taking you to and through the job, and you get into an accident, the person not supposed to respond for you?
Once you're on a vehicle, sir, as a passenger, the insurance of that vehicle should cover you, sir, once it is in line of the policy what the vehicle is insured for. For example, a vehicle is insured not for speeding or racing. A vehicle is insured, a P vehicle, not to be taking fares. I know some people talk about this Uber, but that's a different talk altogether. But if something happens, if you don't know those vehicles and it's a founder, you've been hiring that vehicle, you'll find yourself on the wrong side of the fence, sir. That's much I said.
Okay, let me ask you a question. If there's someone have a private vehicle and you have to move, transport, let's say, materials, and you hire that person, and you pay them to transport you, how you will know if their vehicle insured to carry you to take a fee from you? What you want do, so you hire them, and they tell you there's a cost, so you pay them. But if you get into accident in the vehicle, how come that when the police come on the scene, the police don't ask the passenger in the vehicle no question to carry to the court that the person will be a part in the matter because you was in the vehicle with the accident?
What I know, sir, once an accident happens, the police will get all the persons who were on the vehicle or those who were bystanders who got injured in any way, or even your friends got damaged. The police should inquire, make a note in his records. It will be reflected in his report, and when the report is submitted to persons who are responsible for paying what compensation, you should be part of that package, sir. That is how it ought to be. So you need to speak to the sergeant of the respective constable or police and let them guide you through the process, sir.
All right, I'm not going to let them respond because we are out of time. It's now 2 minutes moving away from the hour of 9 o'clock, and I want to thank those of you who called in and expressed your concerns, your suggestions, recommendations, and raised some issues for the officers to look at as well. I'm going to give the last words to the officers, and thank you all for being here this morning, and we'll do it again next week. Maybe not the same officers, but you're always welcome to come, and your presence are always welcome. Sergeant Henry?
The person spoke about the light on the Bay Road. Yes, they're supposed to go together, but the thing is remember you have one that tell you to turn into 4th Street. And if that light is on, then the one that is coming from west has to go on red. So both supposed to synchronize, but at certain times it will change because of that situation. And they spoke about tickets. Let me give you the stats for 2023. We had 6,040 tickets that were issued last year. Unpaid, we have 1,501. Paid, we have 3,691. 30 were cancelled and 817 case pending. Marisha spoke about speeding. We had 979 tickets that were issued overall. And James spoke about defective tires. We had 31 defective tires and 41 no light to illuminate the rear number plate. Those are the stats for last year.
Yes, so police, we understand ignorance is no difference to the law, ignorance. So we are working, we are issuing the tickets, but on the other hand, yes, we still want to help. So we're here with the pamphlets, any information you need, feel free to ask.
I'm just asking the driving public to continue, read up on the rules of the road, comply with the rules of the road. Remember, you're expected at home.
I want to thank the management of ZIZ, friend of the police, for graciously having us week after week. It's been quite many moons, GQ. Many moons. Bye, sir.
It's 14 not 19. Hey. You're simply the best. Better than all the rest.
Are you looking for a place that provides skilled nursing care and rehabilitation services to people with special needs, illnesses, injuries, or functional disabilities? Are you searching for dignified facilities to